Number one, how does Amazon work? Amazon works like this. Amazon has something called BSR. BSR means best seller ranking, okay? And your goal is you want to get to number one. The lower your BSR, right, the more visibility you get, okay? Okay, so it's very simple, right? The more visibility you get, the potential for more sales you get. The more sales you get, the more reviews you get. And the more reviews that you get, the better your BSR. So sales help your BSR as well as reviews helping your BSR. And there's a lot of other little factors that help with that, click through and all that fun stuff. But very simply put, I'm simplifying this down, okay? You need to get sales in order to get reviews. And you need to do those things in order to increase your BSR, which increase your visibility, which gives you a potential to increase these. You can see the cycle. This is how Amazon works, okay? This right here is literally worth millions of dollars. It's so simple, but people don't look at the platform in that way. So now people go, well, how can I get sales? Because I don't have any reviews, right? So what you need to do is you need to create artificial visibility. That's how you get sales. And there's tons of ways to do that. Total separate video. We can go down the rabbit hole. Amazon advertising is one. Influencer marketing is another. Like there's so many things that you can do. But the point is that you need to drive visibility to your listings in order for you to get the sales. And the sales get you the reviews, and the reviews get you the BSR, and the BSR gets you more. And that's how you get that cycle going. Okay, great. Are we good there? Hopefully that makes sense. If you guys have questions, drop them in the comments. Happy to answer. So the next question that people tend to ask is the business passive? Okay, here's what I'll say. If you're looking for a passive business, don't do Amazon FBA. It can be passive. Yes, it can. But here's what you're not considering, or what no one is telling you. This does not allow you to be passive. On their site, right? They have a chart. And this is an ugly chart, but just follow me. They have time, and then they have ranking. And you'll literally see, and up here is number one, and down here is, infinite, like the lowest of the low. And so you'll literally see people's rankings, like out of nowhere, start here, and then they'll slowly tick up, and then they'll tick down, and then tick up, and then they'll just go blank, and then they'll pick up again, right? Or they might pick up here, or they might pick up here, right? And the ranking will keep going, right? And there's a number associated with this rank here, okay? And the people you'll typically see who have products that sell really well have a lower rank number, right? Number one, through whatever. Okay, here's why this is so important, is if you're passive, someone else is watching, okay? Someone else is actually active and participating in their business. And so while you're cruising, there are things that affect that ranking number, primarily your sales, okay? The difference with Amazon and other platforms that people just don't consider is this. On that product page, right, you got your little picture here, and you got your little title here, and you got your little bullet points there, and you got your price here, and there's a button that says buy. Okay? People assume that this is like Google or a website or a landing page where it's like people land on my page, they're going to buy my product because I'm going to convince them to buy it. It's not the way it works. Why? Because right here, there's another guy with his price, and it's lower than yours. Right? There's another guy right here with his price, and it's lower than yours, right? And then you've got your cool little pretty pictures. You scroll down the page. They've got a whole category here with people next to you with prices, right? And this is yours. And you're like, oh, I'm going to make money. It's not passive, because if you're not watching this situation, someone is literally going to start to snipe your sales, or people will click here and go to their page, right? And click their buy, bing, 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 and start to steal your sales. And now what happens to your BSR? Well, your BSR starts to tank because your sales are going down. So you're like, oh, I thought it was passive. It's not a passive, consistent type of thing, right? Every category is different. I get it. Some categories are more unique than others. Like the majority, that's not the case. And if you leave it like that, it's going to slide. Why? Because Amazon is always looking for the best price, the best deal for their customer. That's all they are worried about is their customer. So this entire loop here, their customer is what is at the heart of it, right? The higher your BSR, the more visible it is to the customer, right? And then the customer will go and buy it, right? And then the customer will leave a review, which will make the next and increase the BSR, which will get the next customer. It's about the customer. That's what's the most important thing to them, right? So if you want a passive business, you're not thinking about your customer, you're thinking about you. It's the first mistake on this platform. You can't do that, right? You can do whatever you want. But I'm telling you, from years of doing this, that's how you lose. And so now you're just like, oh, I've got my page, my product is good, my images are great, my copy's great, my keywords are cool, I'm great, I'm good to go. And someone is literally sitting underneath your buy box, on your page, all over, waiting to snipe your sales, and then your BSR drops, and then you log back in and you go, oh my gosh, my sales are low, what's going on, what happened? But because you haven't been active in participating in your niche, in your industry, you don't know what's going on. That's how a lot of people fail. If you guys have questions about that and want me to expand or explain it, just like drop comments, let me know. Thumbs up, like if you guys like this. If not, I don't know. It's first video. Okay. So let's go to the third topic. Here's the other thing that you need to know. Amazon so this is Amazon's customer pool, okay? This is their customers. When you jump on the platform and you're advertising and you're doing whatever you're doing, Amazon is showing you to a slither of customers. So whenever they search, right? They're showing you to a slither. They're not showing you to everybody, okay? And now, as your product gets more reviews, as your account gets more feedback, right? As you get more history, as your ads get more sales on your ads, right? Amazon starts to open up that pie little by little, right? They start to open it up. So now over time, you start to be shown, right? Just this visibility portion that we talked about, just this piece. You just start to get shown to more customers. What happens when that happens is you'll start to see your sales go like this. They'll start to spike up. And so imagine you wanted a passive business. Well, you've got to do inventory planning to make sure that you're taking all of this into account. Now let's assume you want to scale. And this is the beast. If you talk to any person who's selling on Amazon, who's doing really, really well, I think there was a report put out that 10% of Amazon sellers do over 150,000. And I think 1% do over 1 million. And there's 2 million sellers in the United States. So it's 2 million sellers. What is that? 20,000 are doing over 1 million in sales. The average Amazon margin, right, is about 20%. Any average margin for Amazon sellers is about 20%, about 200K, right? That's only 1% of sellers are making, about $200,000 in profit. Now let's talk about the person who wants to scale. And if you guys drop comments, let me know if this stuff's helpful, if I'm missing anything, if there's questions that you guys have, let me know, okay? So I'm gonna give you a very simple example to illustrate to you the struggle with scaling if you are not watching some very crucial numbers. The number one metric that you need to be watching when you're scaling is your ROI annually, okay? I'll explain what I mean. So let's take one product. Let's say that you sell this product for $25, okay? Let's say it costs you $5, right? Now, let's say shipping to get it to Amazon, right? You get it on the boat, you get it to Amazon. Let's say that runs you $1, okay? $1. And then Amazon's gonna charge you what they call a referral fee, which is about 15%. It changes depending on the category. 15% of 25, It's about $3.75. And then Amazon's going to charge you for their pick and pack fee, right? And so this is pick and pack is the FBA, fulfilled by Amazon. Average is about 20%. I know it depends on the product and the shape and the weight and all that jazz. 20%, right, of that $25 is about $5. And then you have the cost to advertise. Some people don't do advertising on the platform. Some people advertise off the platform. Different folks, different strokes, different business, different marketing plan, right? So let's assume it's about a 20% cost for you to acquire a sale, okay? So we won't get into ACOS and tacos and all that. Okay, I'm trying to keep it simple. Now you've got about another $5, right, for that 20% in advertising. Let's add all this up. Costs you about $19.75 to sell this product. You're looking at about $5.25. Okay? This is where a lot of sellers make a mistake. If anyone is telling you your margin, I don't want to say it's irrelevant, but it's not as important as your ROI, okay? Here's why. So you make $5.25 divided by $25 equals about, I want to say 23%, right? So you have a 23% margin. On Amazon, the average is about 20. So you're looking pretty good, right? In your mind, you're like, hey, I'm looking great. 23% margin. Now, here's what no one's telling you is there's a velocity at which your product moves that's important, okay? So if you have a 23% margin, and let's say that this product moves 20 units a month, those 20 units, we know that it costs us $5 to get those. So effectively, you only need $100 a month worth of inventory. Let's say you were to sell those 20. And remember what we talked about earlier. We have this thing. Amazon starts to show you to more and more customers the longer you sell. Let's say in the first month, month 1, you sold 20 units. Let's say in month 2, and again, these are arbitrary numbers. Let's say you sold 48 units. Let's say month 3, you sold 100 units. Month 4, you sell 221 units. Follow me for a second. Every 20 units is $100. And you know that you're making about $5.25 off of every unit. I'm going to do the math for you and I'll illustrate the point. Let's say this cost you $100 in inventory. This is your inventory cost. This here is $240 of inventory. This here is $500 in inventory. This here is $1,105 of inventory. That's your inventory cost for 4 months. It's just an example, illustration. You don't have a lot of money. And so you start this business thinking, I'm going to create this cash flow machine, or I'm going to create this passive business. And now you started off with $100 here. In month 1, cost you $100, and you made $105. Well, now M2 cost $240. You only have $205. So now you're like, I got to throw in $35, right? You throw in $35. And so now you sell through M2. And so now you have, right, from the cost of the product, you have $240 plus you made $252. So now you've got $492. But remember, you threw in $35. M3 comes up, and remember, you have 100 units. It costs you $5. Well, now your cost is $500. You only have $492. Now you got to throw in $8, and you have to sell through the month 3 products. And I think we had up here, it was 100 units. So we know we get $5.25. It cost us all of month 2 sales and the profit in order to buy month 3. Then we have to throw in an additional $8. We sell through month 3 and we get $500 and I want to say $25. Yeah, so we get $525. Okay, so now the total between these two, right? Because you got the profit of $525 plus you had the original investment that you get back. So now you have $1,025. You're killing it, right? You're like, I'm making so much sales, I'm making so much money. Well, let's go to month 4. Well, now in month 4, you sell 221 units. The cost just to buy 221 units, which I think we did right here, was $1,105. You only have $1,025. So now you're like, oh man, I got to throw in an additional $80. The numbers that I'm giving you guys are very small numbers. Imagine I put extra zeros behind all of these. It's not 20 units, right? It's 2,000 units. It's not 48 units. It's 4,800. It's not 100 units. It's 10,000 units. It's not 221 units. It's 20,200, right? You can start to see that the money that you're having to come up with to keep up with the growth that you're having gets exponentially bigger. That's not $80 or 800, it's 8,000, right? This is what no one is telling you. If you want to grow a brand on Amazon, is you're going to have to start to come out of your pocket as it grows and grows and grows. And then the faster, and this is the beast of Amazon. It's a good thing and it's a scary thing. The more that you sell and the better you do, that pie keeps opening up to all of those prime customers. And all those customers Amazon's doing advertising to. Amazon's advertising on a bunch of websites. They're advertising on Google. They're advertising on, they're everywhere, right? So the behemoth keeps getting bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger in terms of the sales, but it's also getting bigger in your commitment to growing that brand with your money. Now, what some people do is they go out and they get funding. It's a whole separate video. If you guys want me to go into how to get the funding, the type of loans, and let me know. I'm happy to make a video on that. Drop some comments, likes, subscribes. If you guys are liking this, I can make more videos on this stuff. Let me know what you guys want to hear. But I've been doing this thing for 8 years, and I was able to take a brand on a Shark Tank, and we didn't get a deal literally because of this growth right here. So what you won't hear on Shark Tank is this. The brand has been growing 300% year over year. 300%. Let's say you order $100,000 worth of product. And we just did the example. It cost us $5 and then we make $525. You spend $100,000 and you make, $125,000. Numbers are probably wrong, but you get my point. So now you've got $225,000. 125% if I'm not mistaken. But you grew 300%. Do you see now? That can't keep up. That's not enough. You need 2 times that in order to keep up with the growth that keeps happening again and again. So they saw that growth and they went, oh my goodness, that is aggressive and that is that's high. And so you have to determine whether or not the risk is worth it for you. Some people put in their own money and then you got to go get funding. So now you've got funding on your back for this brand you're growing. This is my first video. Happy to dive into the numbers. The numbers is what makes the businesses work, the products work. It's all in the numbers and in understanding who your customers are. So I can make another video on, I want to say picking the right product. Picking the right product is important, but you have to know how to position that product in order for the customers to purchase it. So anyway, this is my first video. I hope you guys like it. Give me a like if you do, a subscribe if you guys want more videos, and comment to let me know what other videos you'd like me to make. If you felt there's something missing or if you have a question, happy to do it. So thank you guys so much. And we'll see you guys in the next one. Thank you.